Hello, Danny.
Howdy.
What is up? So, some people might be wondering why there's a water gun on the table. I'm currently in this game called a Senior Assassin.
Senior Citizens.
Senior Assassin, okay? And basically you get a target.
Sounded like you were about to say Senior Citizens.
I almost did. I think I almost did. Anyways, so I got my guard up. Gotta
security.
Be ready for if someone tries to be sneaky on me. Because then I'll bop, if you know what I'm saying. Okay.
So what do you think of the Adventure Force 9000?
Yeah, that thing.
Made in China.
Made in China. All right. So, today we will be talking about 911, the emergency system. Yes.
I'm curious.
Yes, it's a little funny, but...
It's not funny, it's just... I don't know, 911? What is it to talk about?
Oh, there's plenty. You'll see.
Okay.
You'll see. Alright. Well, we'll just start off with the basics. Okay?
Okay.
What do you think is worthy of a 911 call?
What is worthy of a call?
Because, every person probably has a different mindset on that. You know what I mean?
When someone... I guess when there's an emergency, right?
No,
Naturally.
goodness. Yeah. But what's an emergency
Some sort
to
of
you?
emergency.
What's an emergency to you?
A medical emergency?
Well, you got some simple ones like a house fire. That's worthy of a 911 call.
That's
if it's big enough that it's, threatening. If you can put it out yourself, then don't call 911 for that. Get serious. Someone's, having, a heart attack or something, dying.
Yeah.
That could be worthy of a medical call.
Medical emergency.
What else?
Some
Fall
crime.
and break your leg? No, get back up, walk it off.
If you see, a crime happening.
Yeah?
Right?
Robberies happening.
Assassination, murder. Assassination. Somebody breaks into your house, probably call 911.
Yeah, if someone breaks into the house and just sitting there waiting for
someone sneaks in through your back door.
And then you pop them with a water gun. Anyways, so, yeah. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, sort of
that's the basics.
danger, right?
Yeah. I personally have never...
Crash.
Huh?
A car crash?
Oh, car crash is a good one, too. Well, I personally never called 911 because I have never been in an instance where I needed to. Have you ever?
No.
No? I mean, I know there's been some 911 calls, right near my house.
Mm-hmm.
They are interesting to see because there was this person up the street. I guess he was just getting old and had a heart attack or something.
Mm-hmm.
And there was ambulances coming in and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think... Well, the closest in my family to having a 911 call was probably... Actually, there's two instances. One time I was at a cross-country meet. Okay? I just got done running. And my mom was walking to the finish line to meet me. And I guess she, rolled her ankle or something. Real bad. And it made her, lightheaded and stuff, and she passed out. So I got done with my running, and I had to go over to her. They kept asking her, should we call an ambulance and stuff? And my mom's like, no, that's too expensive, all this and that. And then another time, my sister was running. We were at a family get-together, and she was like, my sister and my cousin were first one to the pavilion wins, okay? And he said, don't slip. Well, they were running and they were sprinting because it was raining, and they both slipped, but my sister unfortunately slipped, fell backwards, hit her head, got back up. She was like fine for a second, and then all of a sudden she's like, I don't feel good, and just bam, chin hit the ground, blood shooting everywhere. It was insane.
Wow.
Yeah. But it was crazy. It was pretty scary, but she just got a few stitches and now she's good. But have you had any instances where like
where we almost needed to call 911?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Well, I could do another one while you're thinking. They didn't call 911 for me, but I was like super little and I was riding my bike. I think I already told you this story maybe. Remember the time whenever I hit like a bump? I was like riding my bike super fast. I hit a bump, did like a front wheelie. I like landed on my face. I did like a cartwheel, but landed on my face. That's why I have this scar right here. I don't know if you noticed. There's like a scar there. But I literally did a cartwheel and I landed it. Isn't that crazy? I literally was like, let's do a cartwheel with my face. Bang. I landed that joint. But then blood was spewing out my face, my mom said. Oh my gosh. The neighbor had to come running over, and then I had to go to the hospital. They put me through this tube and was doing some scanny crap. That was scary.
Wow.
It was like claustrophobic in there. But yeah, that was almost a 911 call too. But
yeah, you did tell me that.
I did tell you that.
I don't know.
You never had like some like scary instances?
Scary instances
That you needed to call? Or have you just been like protected? You've been like safe?
Not necessarily.
You had a guardian angel. Not letting you get dying. Get dying? Anyways.
I don't know, Bryson.
You don't know?
Maybe at home. Well, I can tell you about scary situations.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think at the time I probably didn't consider
Calling 911?
Yeah.
No.
Actually, we'll refrain from that.
We'll refrain from that?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you know how I said about like how my mom was gonna, they were trying to call an ambulance for my mom, but she was like, oh, it's too expensive. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think, well, alright, I just want to hear you first.
No, I want to hear you first.
You want to hear me first?
What are you going to say?
Well, in my opinion, I'm like, bro, if someone's dying or need help, they should not have to second guess about getting an ambulance because of the price. You know what I mean? That stuff costs a whole arm and a leg just to be saved. Like, bro, that's ridiculous. That's my thoughts. I think they need to lower the price a little bit. I don't even know how much actual like ambulance ride is. Do you know?
No, I'm not off the top of my head. No, it's expensive.
It is very expensive.
Interesting, person. Well, you know what it has to do with? What do you think? Why do you think that is? Why is it so expensive?
Well, it depends on there's probably a couple of factors to that. How much the people inside are getting paid. Gas. Well, it depends how far. I feel like the farther you go, the more expensive it would be, isn't it? Yeah, so that would probably play a factor. I don't know what else.
What else?
The inconvenience of coming to get you.
That's their job.
That's their job.
So how would you make it cheaper?
I don't know. Just
How would you make it cheaper?
I don't know. Well, there's people that are in the ambulance should get paid a decent amount because they're driving at a high rate of speed, normally going through red lights, putting their own lives maybe in risk, maybe. And they're also trying to save someone else's life at the same time. So I feel like, I don't know how much they get paid, but I'm sure it's a lot, especially if the ride's that expensive. But I don't know.
What do you know about the health insurance system in the United States?
I'm not even sure about that. I know my health insurance is ridiculously, insane. Literally, I could, jump off a cliff and I would be covered. They cover me a lot. But we also pay a lot.
This is all related to the way that the health system works here in the United States. Right? So I asked you, how would you make it cheaper? Right? Some argue, right, that the government should be paying for it. The government.
But if the government starts paying for it, that would raise taxes.
Because who's the government, really? Right?
Yeah.
It all comes back on
us.
Yeah.
Yep. So it'd just be like other people paying for you when you
exactly
get hurt.
Now, but why is it so expensive in the first place? Right? In other countries, right, among Europe and other developed nations, like the United States, it's cheaper. Right? Partly because of the government. Their government funds their health departments and reduces the cost of medical procedures and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Like an ambulance ride.
Well, that's important. Bro, one of your people are about to die.
Yeah.
Come on.
So
some may think, oh man, I might as well die anyway because then I'm gonna have to pay a whole freaking. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die either way. I'm either gonna die because I can't afford anything, or I'm gonna die because I'm literally dying.
Yeah. So.
Oh heck.
Health insurance. Well, I guess first, the cost of an ambulance ride is highly inflated. You can pay, people that take care of it, take care of you, the people in it, people who drive, right? You can pay them a decent wage and still not have the expense that there is.
Yeah.
So, why is it so expensive?
You know the answer?
Well, let's take you back. Oh, back in time. All right, let's go back in time.
Ooh, we're going back.
A couple 100 years. No, just 100 years. Just 100 years. Right?
Okay.
You have an injury, right? You have an injury.
Mm-hmm.
The hospital bill comes out to be I don't know, some bandages, not that expensive, right? And they're mass produced, right? $10. We'll say $10, right? Then you have your own health insurance, right? Who promise to give you a discount, to help you out, right? If something like this happened. To pay your bill, essentially, right? But the health insurance took the bill and they said, I don't know if you want to pay $10, right? So they went to the hospital and they were like, can you give us a discount, right? Can you give us a discount? And they kept asking for it, right? So the hospitals were like, you're so annoying, right? So you know what they did? They doubled the price to $20, and they said, here you go, 50% discount. right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the health insurance, the operatives, right? The workers, they're like, all right, well, if I can tell my boss I just got a 50% discount, it doesn't matter, right? Yay for me.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. So what happens when someone doesn't have health insurance, right? They pay the full $20, right? Meanwhile, it's only supposed to be $10.
Yeah.
And obviously, it depends on what kind of health insurance you have.
Yep.
To what degree.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think to bring the cost down is first hold the hospitals accountable, right? Make sure that the prices are set and standardized. Now, there's some problems with that, but it can happen. Okay? That's the first step, all right? Now, right now, health insurance, the hospitals, right? It's a business, right? It's all based on business, and business is based on profit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole scheme, right? It's a whole operation. Now, what happens when you ask your congressman? Not all congressmen, but most of them, right? Can you please write a bill that makes this happen, right? Well, the congressman has already been bought by the health insurance, the giant health insurance, who specifically said, no, don't do that, right? And in exchange, we will fund your campaign, right?
Yeah.
It's called lobbying, right? Lobbying, because they literally sit in the lobby, right? And they wait for you, for the congressman. You know, you want to have dinner with me, you know, want to talk some business, right? Blah, 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 blah. And this is all legal, right? It's basically corruption, but legal. And so it has never happened.
Dang.
But then you have another side that says, well, we should be paying, the government should be paying for it. The government should be paying for the overblown price. It's a giant system. Yeah.
Dang.
That's why.
Wow. Well, we can go back to the other countries. So, like, you said that the government makes it, like, cheaper in other countries.
Yeah, they pay for it.
How?
Taxes.
They
collect taxes, and they're like...
That's how they do it? They take...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool.
And, well, I don't know if that's cool, right?
That's cool. No, it's not.
But it's almost borderline socialism.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what the 911 number is in other countries? I talked to I remember Unruh talking about the one in Germany, but I forget what it is.
Yeah, but they're not the same.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I forget what the numbers were and all that, but I thought that was pretty cool that they're like different. Do you know why it's called the 911 here?
Why?
I actually did some research and
I don't know why.
How it got named 911. So actually, in 1968, AT&T made an announcement, and they said that 911 is gonna be the statewide number.
Statewide.
What
state?
I meant the United States.
Nationwide.
Nationwide. Yeah, that's what I meant. So, and they said it they named it that because it best fit all the needs of all the people.
911. What needs?
I don't know. All the needs of the people. I don't know. That's just what I read. So then, yeah. That's why it was called 911. I thought that was pretty freaking cool.
Interesting.
All right, this question is this is kind of it's not stupid. It's not a stupid question, but I think I already know the answer to your question. All right. So, is 911 important to you since you haven't ever used it yet? Do you think it's still important?
Is it important to me?
Yeah. You individually.
Well, yeah.
Then I kind of figured that would be your answer.
Why would anyone say no?
Well, there might be people out there that would say no to that.
Why?
Because some people could be like, oh, I can take care of myself. I don't need no help.
Even then, they shouldn't be selfish.
Just saying. But yeah, I knew what your answer was gonna be. That's why I said it was like kind of stupid, but.
I guess.
Pretty stupid. Yeah. So, okay. Me personally, yes, it's important to me, obviously.
It's important.
Because I never know what's gonna friggin' happen to me.
Yeah, you never know.
I'm gonna need it someday. Probably, hopefully not anytime soon. Hopefully I'll never need it. Hopefully I'll never need it. Well,
That's right.
I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it someday.
Why are you gonna need it?
Like once I die, they're gonna be calling the ambulance to pick me up. That's gonna be sad. That's gonna be sad. That's so long from now, though. I hope it better be.
I hope. Yeah.
I hope too. Anyway.
Okay.
Danny, have you ever thought of being like a dispatcher of any sort?
I watched the movie, right? I don't know. There are all kinds of movies about this.
Oh yeah.
And it's so scary. No, I'm not gonna do it. No.
Serious?
No.
So you would never want to be a fireman? Would never want to be a policeman? Would never want to be an ambulance person?
Is that different from a dispatcher?
Huh?
Am I confused here? Isn't a dispatcher the one in the phone?
Well, yeah, I guess. Well, I was meaning like.
Part of emergency services.
Yeah, I guess. Oh well, we could talk about both. You're right. So we could talk about both. We could talk about being a dispatcher and also.
Yeah, being on that phone call.
Yeah. All right, yeah, we'll talk about that specifically.
It just seems so scary.
Yeah.
The pressure on you, right? This person could die if you don't figure out what's going on.
That is awful. I'll watch. There's a show. It's called 911. I don't know if you.
Oh yeah.
That show is intense, but like just being on the phone is like probably the scariest thing.
Yeah.
Because like it like ranges from all different kinds of things, like a robber in the house about to like kill someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's probably the most scary.
Tense situation.
That's probably the most scary because you're like, please stay on the phone, and the kid's like crying or something. Even it doesn't even have to be a kid, but still, that would just be awful. That would be That wouldn't be good for my emotional status.
Emotional state, no.
No, because I would be like, 1 second I'll be crying, next second I'll be happy because someone got saved, then I'll be crying again.
I'm sure the people that do this are emotionally strong.
Probably. That's why I could not do it.
I hope they are.
Huh?
I hope they are.
That's why I could not do it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Now that I think about it, I think I could do it.
You think you could do it?
Yeah, I can remove emotions from a situation.
Well, unless you think of it in the way of you're the one that's calling for help, and if they don't get saved, that's on the other people.
That's cruel.
That is very cruel.
I wonder how much you get paid to be a dispatcher.
Probably, I would say it's probably a good amount because you gotta deal with all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're good at your job.
How do they measure that? How many people you saved?
I don't even know.
How many calls you receive? Anyways.
Calls to saves ratio.
I'm sure they keep some data.
But no, it's like crazy. Like their computer is like filled. They could probably go back to like 10 years ago on this day 10 years ago, and they could probably pull up all the calls. Isn't that crazy?
I'm sure they have the servers.
That's crazy. Just to think of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have everything logged.
Wow.
Oh, Ronnie's calling again. He's not feeling good again. I feel like I'm dying.
Yeah.
How would you be able to tell like how would you know if it's like a prank call or for real call? Because like, what if they're like calling, and then they don't say anything, and then like you're like hello, and then
Well,
you
I
hang up?
don't think they care about that. They just do it, right? They just go ahead and like, I know when you call, right, your address is automatically given to them, right?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I thought they asked.
No, because they
changed it. They changed that. They might have changed that.
I mean, it depends what kind of phone you have too.
911. What's your emergency?
But they even though if something's silly, they still send someone over to check in and make sure it was actually not serious.
Yeah.
So
isn't it illegal to call if it's not actually an emergency?
It is illegal.
How much trouble could you get in?
I'm not so sure, but I'm in
Is
big
it
trouble.
Do you think it's like a fine or even more than that?
It might be even more.
Even
Depends on what. If you call every single department, right?
Oh yeah.
You're wasting
Someone else's spot.
and money.
And money. True.
A lot of money.
Yeah. That'd be insane.
Time and resources.
I saw this one video, and he called 911. And they're like, 911, what's your emergency? He's like, I'm hungry. And then they're like, where are you at right now? He's like, in my bedroom. And they were asking him like, what did they ask him? They were asking like where his parents were. They said they were out there, and like, why can't he? Like, they asked why he couldn't go get food and stuff. He's like, because I don't feel like getting up. And they're like, bro. And then he hung
I'm sure
up.
someone's still winning the check.
Wait, he hung up, okay?
Okay, he hung up.
He called again. They're like, 911, what's your emergency? He's like, hi, could I get a 12 strip chicken meal or something like that? I don't even know. Chicken strips. I'm just like, how could you even do that? Bro, that's like retarded. Like, how? Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That was not very smart. Let's just say that.
Was it a younger child?
Yes.
It could have been just an innocent mistake.
No.
No, they weren't on purpose. They
Yes,
were
because
wasting someone's time.
After, it was like a YouTube video, okay? So
Okay.
he like hangs up and he starts busting up laughing. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
He's like, I'm gonna call again. He calls again and he's like, can I get a Big Mac? I'm like, bro. Freaking numb
Was
nut.
the video faked?
Huh?
Was the video faked?
Was it faked? I don't even know.
You can never really believe anything on the internet.
I guess. Yeah, that's true. But
But I'm sure something like that has happened, right?
probably
If not that, something else.
to that point, just freaking get him in trouble.
Yeah.
He needs to be in trouble. Yeah.
So, since you mentioned that, what would be some other instances where it would be completely inappropriate to call 911?
Oh, there's like hundreds.
Yeah.
Be
Is
like,
it raining?
yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, you calling like and saying,
Oh, the camera is good.
well, I guess it'll be all right. I hope. Anyways, some instances could be like, I don't know, something so stupid like, I'm bleeding. I cut my arm. I fell off my bike and I cut my arm. I'm gonna call 911. I'm gonna die. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what else would be.
What about like annoying neighbors, right? They just so sensitive. They see something and they're immediately 911.
Yeah, there's people like that out there. Like, they're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't know, but sometimes it's
it could
good.
be a good thing.
Sometimes it's good.
Yeah.
especially if they think something's suspicious, and then they call, and then the police go and check it out.
I got some scary stories.
There are some scary stories. Like the stories that are like the policeman went to the house to check, and then like the person like covered it up super well. Like, oh, sorry, my kid was being stupid or something.
I want to tell this story. You know?
All right.
I'll see if I can remember it. So this story takes place in England, right? England.
Okay.
You know what bungalow is? Like a house, right?
Okay.
Oh no! Some details are just not coming in.
A little far-fetched.
I have to refresh myself on that story. But basically, there was this one guy just living alone, right? He went into the closet, right, to, do some. I don't know what he was doing in there, probably putting clothes away or something.
Okay.
But all of a sudden, he hears a loud thump, right? And he's wondering what's happening, right? So he goes for the door, right? The closet door, and it won't open. It won't open. So he's stuck in there, right? Trying to beat the door.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. So he starts frantically trying to find a way to get out, right? So he looks up and he sees like a metal pipe. So he thinks that maybe he can yank it out. He'll be able to like
beat the door.
Yeah. So he does that, and he keeps at it, and eventually he gets it, right? But as it turns out, that pipe was part of the water line, right?
Oh gosh.
So now he's in there. It's cold water, right? Cold water.
But did he get out, or no?
He's trying to use the pipe, right? Beating at the walls. Beating at the walls. The door, nothing. And all of a sudden, this cold water's pouring in, right? So he's there freezing, right? And trying to scream. Maybe the neighbors can hear him. He tries everything. But a day goes by, and he hasn't eaten, he hasn't slept. He's very weak. He's getting very sick of this cold water. He's beating the door. He's screaming, right? And it's raining. Water.
It's raining.
It's raining on my phone.
It'll be alright. It's waterproof, right?
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I gotta sorry for you on that.
Anyways, continue.
He's beating the door with his pipe, right?
All right.
And the water keeps pouring in. At this point, it's spilling into all his house, right? It's flooding his whole house, his bungalow. And another day goes by. He's still in there. He is dying now, right? He's really sick, cold. He can't tell time. He doesn't know anything. He's just. Could you imagine that?
That would be awful.
Ridiculous, right?
Oh my gosh. That's like whenever you get to that point, it's like a mental game of keeping yourself alive. Because you could just give up at any moment and just be done.
Yeah, no phone, nothing. I mean, you got no hope. But the only hope of survival is someone comes and rescues you, right? But eventually, he decided that he's gonna give up. I mean, it's over. Right? So he just goes in the corner and just stands there and gives up, right?
Okay.
So as it turns out, the neighbor. She was hearing the loud noises, but she didn't think much of it, right?
Oh gosh.
And she called when she heard them stop. When the noises stopped is when she decided what to call, right? Some police show up, looking around the house. Hello, anybody here? They see the living room is flooded, right? Completely flooded. And eventually, they walk into the room, and they see this big wardrobe, like, tipped over. And it's like, and they can see that that's where the water's coming out of, right? So there's a very heavy wardrobe, right? And they're able to move it out of the way. They open the closet, and he's dead.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's freaking crazy.
They can see that.
Why would she wait till the noises stopped?
Well, yeah, we were talking about how some neighbors, so sensitive, they call for anything.
Yeah,
But here you have an instance where that wasn't the case.
Well, if you hear banging and screaming for 2 days straight.
Well, it was like muffled, right? So she wasn't really sure.
Yeah,
right?
As a normal neighbor, wouldn't you just go over and be like, knock and be like, are you okay?
Yeah.
What's the worst that would happen? They just say, I'm fine, don't come back. Okay.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness gracious.
But now people are hesitant, right? To call. And
Yeah.
she's like, maybe I should have called. Right? So she's like, maybe. Call now.
Maybe I should have called. I don't hear the pounding anymore, so maybe he's dead, but let's just call.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Mm-hmm.
So he died. Do you know why he died? Was it because of like hypothermia?
Yeah,
or
hypothermia, everything. I mean,
everything?
could you imagine?
2 days. Well,
3 days.
not dehydration. He could have drank the water coming out the joint. Okay, that was
He was
me.
hydrated, right?
That was me. Yeah. Imagine being those officers walking in.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be terrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Distressing calls.
Yeah. So now we can go into the actual, like, what's it called? Not dispatchers, but the other one. What's the other one?
The first responder.
Yeah, the first responders. So, well, we'll go one by one. So, what do you want to start with? You want to start with firemen?
Fireman.
What are your thoughts on being a fireman?
I think
do you want me to go first?
No,
or
go first.
I'll go
Please,
first.
be my guest.
I really want to go. All right. So, I don't know why, but I feel like being a fireman would be the funnest thing in the world. Like, I don't know why, but like every time I watch a movie and I see firemen and stuff, I just think it's like the coolest thing ever. They get to put all these masks on and stuff. Everybody thinks it's like it'd be awful. I mean, yes, it's gonna be heavy and hot and stuff because of the fire and stuff, but I think it'd be super fun. You get to go in there and save people. How is that not fun? I mean, yes, you're putting your life at risk, but at the same time, like, I'm freaking doing it, bro. I'm going in there and saving somebody. You know how good you'd feel after? Oh, yeah, I saved them. Yes, that's my job, but... Sir.
You saved them. Well, yeah. I think, for me, I want to save as many people as I can. And I think the best way for me to do that is to do larger things, right?
Ooh.
So I
That's it.
full-heartedly respect, right? Great respect for emergency personnel, right? They go in there, save people, putting their life at risk. Just tremendous stuff, right? But
That just brought something to my mind.
And it has to do so much with how willing they are. I have great respect for any emergency personnel. It's hard not to.
With the mindset of wanting to save everybody, What happens when a circumstance comes and you have two people and you can only save one? You know how hard that would be? That would be the worst thing in the world.
The trolley problem here.
I don't know if I could do that, bro.
It depends who they are, right?
Oh.
When you really look at it, you're going to have to find what kind of information you have there. Do you know them? Are they a good person?
What's the best, what it's called? Who's going to have the best, like, life after the saving, basically?
Do you want to save an old man or a
young kid?
Yeah.
They actually do that with heart transplants.
Yeah.
I did this thing for Human Anatomy. I had to put on a scale of who's most like good for the heart, because there's only one heart, obviously, and they had there was 15 people, and there was one heart for 15 people, and you had to pick which person would be the best candidate for that. And I think it came out to be the best person was he was 20 something. He would have been able to live a happy life after been perfect, but he was a freaking he murdered 3 people, he robbed 2 banks. He was the worst person in the world. But whenever they are doing the heart thing, they don't look at your history. They look on quality of life after the fact.
Your potential.
That's crazy. Most people think, oh, he's a murderer and stuff. He shouldn't have the right to live. But at the end, they're gonna look who has the best.
So
survival.
Who are we to decide who gets to live?
For real.
Right?
Yeah.
So.
Yep. That's crazy. That stuff is insane.
I don't think anybody is morally righteous enough to be able to decide that.
Yeah.
What kind of brings us to the question of the death penalty, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what about, let's say have you heard of the trolley problem? No? So basically, you got train tracks, right? You got train tracks.
Okay.
And I'm sure people have. This is a very famous problem. It's a dilemma. So you have tracks, right? Pretend that thing works, right? And it's heading right for 5 people. 5 people, for some reason, are laying in the tracks.
They're tied to the tracks?
Yeah. Right? They're lying on the tracks, right?
Lying. Oh, that's another debate. That's for another time.
They're lying on the tracks, right? 5 of them. And then you have another track, right? Well, there's only one person lying on that track. It's heading for the 5 people. It's heading for 5 people. And you, for some reason, you find yourself right there with a lever, right? You have the power to switch the course of the train, right? Are you gonna switch it and make sure that 5 people survive and that one person gets killed?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna do nothing? You're gonna let the 5 people kill it.
Oh my god.
Survive.
Oh, I was gonna say yes, I would make that guy, but I could be oh, I wasn't even involved in this. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So couldn't you be considered the murderer because you killed that person instead of this
Exactly.
guy?
When you do this, you have direct responsibility because you did that. But when you go across, when you let the train pass, right?
You kill 5.
You let them die.
You let 5 die. Oh,
right?
Goodness gracious. I would still probably turn it.
Most people would say, flip the lever. But, let's think about something, right? Nazi Germany.
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. You're just funny.
So random, right?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Alright.
Well, I can connect it back, right?
Alright.
Nazi Germany. Most people today would say, I wouldn't let the Nazis do what they did. Right? You would agree, right? Most people.
Yeah.
Everybody should.
No. We watched this documentary in German class, and there was still people that was saying, like, Hitler did nothing wrong and all that. It was, like, crazy to see their side.
Yeah.
And the one guy was like, I'm proud to be a Nazi and all this. I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah, but they shouldn't do that, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, most people would say, I wouldn't have let that happen. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you put yourself in that situation that they were in, 9 times out of 10, you would have done exactly as they would have done.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, it's so easy for us to say, yeah, we're going to flip the lever. Right? But are we actually going to do it? If you were in that spot, at that very situation, you would consciously have to kill someone.
But yeah. Either way, you're going to kill someone. But in my opinion, I wouldn't rather, but I would probably go for the one. As hard as that is to say. No, I'll just freaking blow up the track so that the train falls off and no one gets killed.
Alright. Now there's a variation to this problem, right? What if instead it's a bridge, right? And a train is about to go through these tracks, right? So you're here, and there's a very large man, right? People are here. There's a very large man, and it's guaranteed that if you push him over, he will stop the train. Would you push him?
Why? Oh gosh. But in that instance, I think the big man would be willing to sacrifice his life for other people. So he might just do it himself.
You think he'd be willing?
Yes, I think he would. I actually think he would, for real.
Let's say he wasn't willing.
Oh gosh. I'd be like, just do it, man. Just do it.
Or let's say it's in the nick of time, right? And he's like, maybe he's looking at his phone, right?
And I had to.
Yeah, you have to make the choice without asking him. You have milliseconds here, right?
How many people are here?
5. Still.
Gosh, dang.
You're still killing the 1 or the 5.
See, like, this is like the hardest thing in the world. Like, how do you choose?
Exactly.
Like, I don't think anybody should die.
Obviously not.
No one should die. But honestly, 1 person instead of 5 would probably be better.
Would you push him, though? That's the question. It's the exact same scenario as the other one, except now it's more direct, that you're the one that's committing the crime. I mean, you're the one that's killing them.
You are literally the one killing them. Like, the other one, you're setting the train the other way. This one, you're actually
same
pushing.
scenario.
No, it's not. It doesn't feel like it. It would not feel like it.
I made you feel like it, right? Because I just switched it up. But
Yeah,
it's the same exact scenario.
But it makes it feel weird, different. Because I'm actually pushing him off. Like, the other one, I'm just flipping the train. That's the train doing it,
The track.
not me. The track did it, not me.
But you're responsible. It's just...
No, the track was
one,
already...
It's the same exact thing, it's just this one extra step. And that's what makes it disconnected. Right? But it's the exact same thing.
I wouldn't be able to push someone.
So why would you say that you'd be willing to push the lever? I'm sure if you were in that situation, it'd be a lot harder to do that.
Yes, either way, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
I can't just watch 5 people get run over by a train.
But also, you're going to be killing 1 person.
Danny, what would you do?
How would I do?
The frick would you do?
I don't know. It depends. None of us.
Well, I'm not even in that situation, so I'm not doing nothing yet. When I'm in that situation, I guess I'll figure it out.
I guess you'll figure it out.
But I feel like the most logical thing is kill the 1 person.
See, that's why. It's so logical.
Even though it's on my name, I think that would probably be the best.
It is very logical, right? But you have to remember, when you're that situation that is actually before you, you're not really thinking.
I'm not thinking?
Nobody is. Most people aren't.
Oh, no.
As much as everybody would like to say they are.
And would if you went to, like, court for that, would they say that you're guilty of murder? Or would they look at the fact that you're saving 5 other people? Like, how would they do that?
Yeah, I don't know if it happened before. If it's happened before. That would be interesting, right?
It would be interesting. I would hope they would understand that you were saving 5.
I'm sure they would, but
I would hope. Not make me a murderer.
I mean, let's not ask too many questions there from there, because first of all, why are there 5 people in the trap?
Yeah, who the frick put them there? That person, whoever put them there is...
It's guilty.
Yeah. Whoever put them there better get caught, and they're getting sentenced for all them kids dying.
It's just a theoretical scenario, right? To see how you think.
Yeah. Well, we can move on to policemen.
Policemen.
Policemans. What are your thoughts on being a policeman? I know you have that thing on the back of your car.
Yeah.
Supporting them. So you obviously like them. Well, like, who doesn't? But, well, I take that back. There are people that don't like police.
That's not.
But that's for a different time.
Yeah.
Different timing. We're talking about, would you be a policeman?
Would I be a policeman?
Would you be a policeman?
Would I? No.
No.
No, again, right, it's the same thing with the firemen. You can't have laws without people to enforce them, right? So, it's not that I wouldn't... Well, it depends what my options are, right? Like, right now, a policeman is not...
No.
My...
Because you got so many other things you can do.
Yeah, but... That was never my, I want to be a policeman.
Yeah, same. But I've thought about being a policeman a couple times. And, I would think it was cool. But then I've also thought of, the bad things that happen. And I'm like, that would not be cool. I feel like the most scariest thing to do when you're a policeman is, anything to do with a policeman is scary. Just even pulling someone over is scary. Because who knows, you're going to walk up there and get your head blasted off.
Could be.
That's scary. Or even, what else do policemen do? They pull people over, they go check people's houses. Even that's scary. Because why are they checking the house? Because something's going on. You got to have some serious...
You need policemen, right?
You got to have serious genitals to go be a policeman, bro.
Serious genitals?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta be a tough man. Do they...
Well, there are women police officers, right?
Yeah, what did I say?
Tough man.
Tough. You just got... You know what I meant. You gotta be a tough individual.
And the strong genitals.
Yes. I did say that, too. You gotta be tough. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what you meant, right?
Yeah. For sure. But, yeah. I just feel like everything to do with that is just scary. I don't know if I could do it. I'm not tough enough. I'm a little sissy. Do they actually go through training? Training to get them prepared for that? Hard training? Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured. I think they gotta get pepper sprayed.
Do they?
Policeman? Yeah, because there's a guy that went to my church, and he's a security guard for the hospital, and he had to get pepper sprayed. And I remember him showing me the video. It looked like the worst thing in the entire world. They had literally held his eyes open, and you could see the line of yellow just go into his eyes. That's awful. And he's literally crying. Oh no, not for me. Not for me. I'm a sissy.
What is the best way to help as many people as you can?
What do you mean?
Yeah, how do you... if you had to pick a job or some profession or position Which one do you think saves the most lives?
Mm.
Any occupation.
Any. Well, obviously, the healthcare saves a lot of people. But also, if you think about it, like, other things like safety protocols and stuff. People that make safety protocols save a lot of people, too.
Yeah.
But that's, like, the little things. No one even, like, thinks of those. Because, like, it's not, I don't know.
I guess it depends on what kind of saving term.
Like, remember when we went ziplining at Macedon? You remember that?
I remember that.
I remember that. I have pictures of that still. That was fun. Like, all the little safety protocols of, like, making sure you're strapped in right. Like, no one really thinks of that much. Well, do you? Do you, like, think of that a lot? I don't. I'm just like, yeah, strap me up. I'll be good. Put me up there. I'm going.
Redundancies. They have the redundancies.
Yeah. Like, no one really thinks of that, but it's very important, or you could die. But, yeah. I don't know. What do you think?
But are you saving that? Are you saving them, I guess?
Yes, you're saving them.
But that's...
Yes, you're saving them. All right, you don't strap your thing tight enough. You're falling out and you're dying. They save your life by strapping you right.
But you're doing that voluntarily.
But at the same time, the person's still saving your life.
I guess so.
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I was thinking, if you were in charge of the whole world,
You can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, or you're gonna die. You're gonna get injured, and you're gonna get hurt.
Then I think, like the healthcare problem, right? Just maybe solve that, right? Come to.
But then
solution.
people can't live either.
What do you mean they can't live?
Well, to a certain point, like people, like if you limit people from doing things, they can't live the life they want to live. Like some people, you gotta take risks sometimes.
I didn't mean that necessarily. Not limiting people.
I thought that's what you meant.
No.
What do you mean? That's
meant
what I
like,
was talking about.
Like the you know how healthcare is so expensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if it wasn't?
What if it wasn't?
Yeah, could you save more people?
Maybe.
Right? If you were in charge of the world, could you do that?
Probably. That's an interesting one.
What if you're a businessman, right?
Okay.
And you have this large company, and you're giving people livelihoods, right? You're giving them a job. You're giving them payment, right? They can live. Are you saving them? Would you consider yourself a savior? Could you argue that you're saving more people than, say, a fireman? Because you employ more people.
It depends how you look at it.
What if you, right?
Here we go.
Say you make the economy like so great. Like say you go up to space and then let's say you go up to space and you start like enriching people and give people like, say you start mining asteroids or something like that. And bringing minerals back to Earth. You're enriching the economy. You're giving people jobs. Are you saving people? Right?
To a certain extent, because people need jobs to live.
But also the future, right? How many people, if it wasn't for you, they would have died because they were poor or something like that. And like in the future, right? Because when you're a fireman, you save someone and you save them, right? That's it. Unless, yeah. I guess you could say you save the entire lineage. The entire family.
The entire family. Because that goes back to the same, well, it's kind
Maybe if this fireman hadn't showed up at the same time, this person wouldn't be alive today. Because their great-great-great-great-grandfather would have died in the fire.
True that.
So,
yeah.
a lot of things to consider there.
A lot of things to consider. Okay, last one. Like healthcare. Well, like
a doctor?
Either doctors or like ambulance drivers and stuff like that. Nurses.
Which one?
Well, we could talk about both if you want. Or we can just... Well, we're talking about policemen, firemen. Basically, like, the people that go to the place. So we're talking about, like, ambulance drivers.
All right.
Have you ever thought
Paramedics.
Have you ever thought about being a paramedic?
No, I haven't.
I actually have,
You
too.
have?
I've literally thought about being all these at one point, but the more and more I look into it, it's like, no, that's not what I want to do. But yeah,
I never really
I thought it would be fun to be able to be the ambulance driver and be able to turn on your sirens and go through, like, they actually can change the lights, you know that?
Yeah, they can.
That's, like, awesome, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
They literally can change the lights. That's, like, awesome. Like, I just thought that would be so cool. And then also, like, just being able to go save someone would be cool, too. But at the same time, I don't know if I could handle someone, like, bleeding out on the freaking road and me pulling them out and, like,
Stretcher.
putting freaking pressure on them and crap. Mm-mm.
I don't know. I just never consider any healthcare professionals.
I mean, I guess you could say that being an athletic trainer is kind of like
Like that?
helping people in like healthcare, I guess, to a certain extent. But I don't know.
To a certain extent. Yeah.
Took a downgrade though. And it has to do with sports, so that's my thing. It's literally my thing. Get serious. So yeah.
Wow.
Is there anything else you want to go over or no? I don't know.
Have you ever saved anyone?
Ooh. Like, save their life?
Saved anyone?
Well, I could say I had, like, saved my little baby cousin because we were on our way to Montana and we were at, like, an outlook on one of the high cliffs and he was, like, hanging over the edge and he almost fell. Like, well, I thought he almost fell. Like, I grabbed him and I, like, freaked out. And he, like, got, like, a little angry at me and was like, bro, what's your problem? And I'm like, bro, I literally thought you were going to fall. And he's like, I don't know. He did not like me touching him. So, I don't know. I could say I, like, saved him. But, I don't know.
You never really know, right?
I never know.
The only way if you would have known
Is if I just let it happen.
Yeah.
Dang, that's tough.
But what about indirectly?
Indirectly?
Yeah.
Have I saved anybody indirectly?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Well, well, would like, okay, well, we were driving on the highway the one time, and I saw this car come flying up behind me, and I, like, made him slow down a little bit. Could that be considered indirectly? Because if he kept driving fast like that, he could have freaking died, bro. Like, who would have known he wouldn't have lost control of his car and spun out and died?
Could have been.
Is that indirectly?
No, that's not what I meant, but...
I don't know what you mean. What do you mean?
Well, like, maybe you didn't, like, directly were there to save them, but, like, physically, say? But you still know that you saved them. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Nope. Well, kind of like, say I knew, like, someone was in danger and I called for them. Like, called the cops for them. Would that kind of be, like, indirectly?
I guess so. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done that.
No.
Nope.
Well, I think that's it. That's it, right?
Have you?
Have I? Maybe.
Maybe.
It's hard to tell.
Hard to tell.
Well, that's it.
That's it.
It was raining and now it's sunny.
Now it's sunny. It was actually raining while sunny out, so I was trying to look at the rainbow. That's why I was looking that way. I wanted to see the rainbow. I thought it would be super cool to see, but...
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways. That's for this week.
That's it.
Beautiful.
That's it.